It's very easy to say looks do not matter, especially if you're someone who has experienced pretty privilege. Like you can get so sucked up that you forget that not everybody is naturally attractive. There are people who are naturally attractive. I'm here to tell you that looks matter, whether it's in relationship, it's in work, or even just for yourself. It matters. And pretty privilege is such a thing. Is it fair? No. But is it the reality that we live in? Yes, it is. It is a thing. I'm not of the opinion that you should look good for men. I know most times when this thing comes up, they're like, oh, why all this stress because of men? But it is not because of men. Let nobody pressure you. It's such a good thing. It's not a vain thing. If you look good, the chances that you would feel good is there. And if you feel good, you most likely want to look good, right? There's certain times when you feel down and you just feel like, oh, I think I need to dress better because I look shabby. Or I need my the way I look to sort of elevate how I feel. It happens. It might sound vain, but it is such a real thing. Before you even open your mouth to speak, most of the times, before you even say a word, your appearance speaks for you. Have you ever seen someone dressed and you just want to talk to the person because you think that that person looks attractive? You think you want to be associated with that person. You want to hear what the person has to say. It is one of the reasons why when people have certain occasions, they tend to dress so well. Like you see somebody who you normally see just anyhow. The moment that person has a presentation, even at the office, suddenly the person is wearing suits. You can even easily tell you're like, this one you're wearing suit. Do you have interview? Do you have board meeting? And then they're like, I get one presentation like that. It's the same way someone who doesn't really dress girly and the person has to maybe go to a club or go to a party, and then suddenly you're seeing the person on maybe a crop top or a jean, or you're seeing the person on a jean and a more tightly fitted dress, or even if the person is wearing dressing in a tomboy manner, the person is putting on shoes, looking better because they are dresses for different occasions. The same way for wedding, there's a dress when you're going for a wedding occasion, you want to go all out, you want to dress, you want to impress. Dressing, looking good is good business. I know the emphasis has been on dressing since when I started, but I am not just talking about dressing. Okay, welcome to my channel. My name is Chemaka. Okay, if you're new here, we are trying to be better people. Intentional living is what I mostly preach about. Yeah, for myself, for my followers. I like to see myself as your sense of reasoning. Yeah, your conscience is your luck one. Yeah, just that regular girl. Regular girls trying to be regular girls. That is what my channel is all about. So you're welcome. I'll say subscribe. I think we have fun on this channel. Yeah, you can follow me on other of my social media. I think I'm also more active on TikTok than you'll find me on any other social media. I'm active on Instagram, but on my stories, yeah. But yeah, let's get into this video. We're going to talk about the best beauty investments that every woman needs to make. So first, we're going to talk about why looks matter. We live in a very visual world. It has mostly always been visual, but it gets worse with social media. We are now very visual beings, right? So people see you, like they see you before you even open your mouth to speak, before they even know your name, right? People see you. People size you based on how you dress. Is it fair? No. But I always say we're not going to play the game of pity party. It wasn't fair to me. We're gonna use everything to our privilege in the right way, in the right manner. Yeah. And no, this is not about changing yourself. This is about enhancing what you already have, what is already new. It's not about spending a lot of money. It's not about expenses. Don't you think that most of the times when you feel beautiful, you feel differently, and you could draw your beauty from anything. It is not always about money. It is not always about the most expensive. And importantly, this is not about unrealistic beauty standards. It's about feeling good in your own skin with what you already have. That's your wardrobe, the way it is. Yes. Maybe, yes, a few changes depending on the lifestyle you're living. Would you need to buy some things? Yeah, maybe, but not breaking the bank. It is very important that you dress well. First dates, interviews, work. It's one of the reasons. Have you ever wondered why we have that feel right dress? Why you have that attire that is your best? You feel like it's your lucky charm. Have you ever wondered why? Looking good is good business. That clothes that you're saving. In my house, we say, this is the clothes I usually used to go and see the president. This is the clothes I used to go and see. If the president is coming, that's the clothes I am wearing. Do you have that kind of attire? Yeah. So let's talk about top beauty investments that every woman should have. I am not going to be talking about out of touch beauty investments. I'm going to be talking about things that you most likely already know, but you're not paying attention to. Skincare. I know you've heard this a lot, and I know I talk about this a lot, but skincare is a very important beauty investment. God bless the day I started taking care of my skin. See, a good skin is greater than expensive makeup. What you do not want to do is get so caught up in skincare that you think that you need more, right? To be truthful, there are certain times where I'm like, oh, should I get this? Oh, should I get that? But I think my skin is at that point where I really now understand what I need to do to get things to get my skin back to being healthy. And I try my best not to get so sucked up on the perfect skin, because I say the goal is a healthy skin, not a perfect skin. The pimples one or two times, absolutely fine. If you want to take it further down the line, invest in a good dermatologist, a good facial routine. Go for facials regularly. If you want to take it up a notch, it would really help you. But generally speaking, um, things like washing your face with a cleanser and using a moisturizer. The people who only wash their face and use a moisturizer and they're good. Remember, skincare is not always about expensive. You could get a really cheap and affordable brand. I am not all about recommending brand, and it would do you good. You do not have to go to the extreme length of retinol, tretinoin, all of those things. You don't have to go to that length. Start little, wash your face with a gentle cleanser and moisturize. There are, if you're trying to treat acne, there are other actives that work, yeah, salicylic acid, azelaic acid, and all of those. What I would say is follow someone on social media, someone who is an esthetician already. That is the person's job, and the person is now giving advice, or a dermatologist, and then the person is giving advice on social media. Get that information for free, but note that because it wasn't prescribed by a dermatologist, you might need to try a few before it gets better. But the less you use in your routine, I think, the better, especially when you're starting out. Someone that I can recommend would be Skin Priest. I really like how she does her videos, but I would say you should try out others. Listen to a lot before you even start. But skincare is such a good investment. You can go out with your face without makeup and you still be looking good, and you will not be looking shabby. Hey, pro tip: skincare plus raising what's it called? Brushing your eyebrows, your well carved eyebrows. It's such an amazing look. You let your brows not be bushy. Brush them up. Yeah. Let's talk about grooming and personal hygiene. You need to brush your teeth. Um, Also, if you want to use what's it called, this oral mouthwash, absolutely fine. You need to floss from time to time. It's very important. And you know this thing where when you've not talked to anybody for a while, your mouth begins to have this funny smell. I think it's very important that when you sit down, you take in, if you've not talked for a while, you take in air and then you let it go. Yeah, because you've not said anything, it's been closed. When you open your mouth, there's that first it's not an odor, but there's just that first what the heck. Yes, it's very important that you air your mouth. Yeah, that's the word. Yeah, you air your mouth from time to time. Certain other things we do not pay attention to would be nails, your toenails, your fingernails. It's one of the things people look at before anything. You need to clean your nails, cut them. If you don't want to cut them, file them, clean them. Just ensure that you don't have anything sitting inside your nails, because when people say it, it sort of puts them off. And when you notice it sometimes, you're also put off, and then you're unable to shake people. Or when you're shaking people, you're shaking them in a particular manner because you're not very comfortable. Do whatever works for your lifestyle. If you're someone who waxes, fine. If you're shaving, fine. But shave your armpit. I find it. So why I do not speak about this often, because I think it's a me thing. But I don't know. Let me know in the comment section when people wear armless attires and you can see their pubic hairs. That's their armpit hairs. I think if you're gonna wear armless, you should have a clean shave. That is what I think. But like I said, it could be a me thing, because I have seen articles that talks about how the functions of the hair, your pubic hairs, and how you should not. Yeah. So it could be a me thing, but let me know in the comment section. But I also just feel like I do not want to see it, right? And very important beyond all of this, invest in a very good deodorant. If you stay in a tropical region, or you even stay in an area that isn't tropical but it is summer, please, you want to use a deodorant, you want to use an antiperspirant. Yes, I said so. You want to use an antiperspirant, or the least you could do is use a deodorant so that when you sweat, it's not everywhere, and it's okay to reapply when you're going out. Yeah. For me, I am obsessed with antiperspirant. I am obsessed with Nivea antiperspirant, the black and white. I am obsessed. I can show you how many I have. Yeah, 'cause I do not joke with that, especially when I'm going out. If you're on your period, you know that that's extra care you need to take so that people don't smell you. And yeah. Let's talk fragrance. It's so amazing to smell nice. I know I watched a video recently where people say they do not want to smell a particular way, so they do not invest in fragrance. What do I have to say? What I have to say about that is that whether you like it or not, as a person, you have a particular smell, right? And it comes from the soap you use, the cream you use, the and if you use a fragrance, that fragrance, the soap you use in washing your clothes, all of those things put together, and then your body smell, yeah, and the sweat and all of that, yeah. So all of those things put together make up your unique smell as a person. I would say that yes, I understand not wanting to smell a particular way. I can understand that, but I think it's very important that you smell nice. There are certain times where your perfume would introduce you to the room. Why I'm not going to be so specific about this is I do not want it to be that I am imposing my own opinion, because I understand how these things can be, but it's not such a strong fact. But just so you know that if you're somebody who doesn't like to use, you don't want a fragrance on your body, it's important that you know that there are other things that contribute to this fragrance beyond your beyond your perfume, right? Even your antiperspirant or your deodorant you use also contributes. The food you eat also contributes. If you stay, these things are very important that you know. So yeah, invest. I would say invest in a very good fragrance. It doesn't have to be expensive. It could be really cheap. You see these Arabian perfumes, you can buy like two, and do not get in the caught up in the web of buying having 10 perfumes just because you have Kayali Chanel, what's this one? Carolina Herrera, Good Girl, YXL, those are your target. It's okay to use things like Latafa, Selena, even some that are not Arabian perfumes that you can easily pick from somewhere like DM and all of those. Yeah, that you can easily pick from a beauty supply store, or yeah, yeah, I think it's really something to consider smelling nice. There's certain times your perfume introduces you guys, and someone is just like, "Oh, you smell nice," and then conversations pick up, and you smell expensive. These things matter. Now let's talk about hair. I think I'm in that phase of my life where I want to tell myself that I do not want to have a bad hair day. You guys watch my vlogs and sometimes you see that it's such a struggle, maybe because whosoever is going to make my hair isn't available and I don't want to do it myself. It's so much stress. So your protective styling has to be neat, has to be game. Your wigs, you do not need a lot of wigs. If you have only one, it's fine. I have like 3 to 4 wigs, but I promise you I mostly only wear one or two. And this is my natural hair, and this is what I'm gonna carry for like the next 2 weeks. You need to be comfortable in your own hair. And maybe I'm speaking from a place of privilege because I'm now thinking it's very possible. Yeah. If you're not comfortable with your natural hair, then invest in protective styling, be it braids, be it just your natural hair being plaited into all back. Because what if your wig falls? What if, right? Keep it healthy, keep it styled. Your wig is literally your crown. Your hair actually, your hair is literally your crown. So whatever it is that you have there, let's keep it neat. Wash your wigs. Let it not be smelling. I'm not about to hug you. I can hug you and smell products, but I'm not about to hug you and start smelling that you brought it out from one box. If you're bringing out from box on it, okay? Yeah. Let us talk about makeup essentials. You don't need a full glam, a full beat for things to for you to have makeup on. What I have right now on my face, it's not something that you need to have on. There are certain times where it's not something I wear every day, really. It's not something I wear every day, but I think it's essential that you learn how to do your makeup. Maybe I can do a series on makeup. I do not know. I used to do that before, but learn how to do your own makeup. It would really, really, really help you, save you a lot of money. And makeup on its own, you do not need the entire length. Lip gloss is makeup. Your brow pencil is makeup. You can use your brow pencils for your brows. You can also use it to line your lips. So that works. If you want to go to the extra length of foundation, it's fine. But do you also know that you can apply powder, put on lip gloss, draw your brows, and you're good to go. You can throw on a blush to that, you're good to go. You can add a mascara to that, you're good to go. You can line your eyes in addition, you're good to go. See, I've not even talked about foundation, all right? There are a lot of things you can do that are very simple, and then you're good to go. Now, if you're somebody who does the full beat, the full length of makeup, have a standard makeup routine that works for you. Something that you can easily do, your brain is already wired to do. Like what I have on my face, my eyelids is being done with powder from my powder palette. Really, I did not have to open my eyeshadow palette. Everything about the eye that you can see is done from my powder palette. You can use all of these things from you can use one product for multiple things. So yeah, there are so many creators that you can follow that will teach you how to do your makeup literally. And there are drugstore options and there are luxury options. You see Maybelline, L'Oreal. I am forgetting one. I am forgetting one. Something something True Match. Is it L'Oreal True Match? But Maybelline, L'Oreal, and some other Norban, all of these guys, these are options that you can easily use and they're inexpensive and they work. Yeah, even for your powder palette, if you do not want a palette, I have a palette because yeah, I know how to do my makeup and I've been doing my makeup for a long time. But you don't need a palette. You could just have one that you use. There's one makeup powder that you use. It's even better than a palette. If I want to go out now, I do not have my personal makeup powder. Yeah. So I don't go out. Whatever I do from my house, I take it that way. Yeah. But it's very important that you have some sort of makeup on your face. It doesn't have to be a lot. Like I said, lip gloss is fine just to elevate your looks. There are certain times where you might want to. There are times when you look tired and you just feel like, oh, maybe I should line my eyes, draw my eyebrows, apply powder, or I think I should just blush my cheeks and I will look better. If that is you, then that's fine. It's really an essential that you need to invest in. The next one we're going to talk about is clothing that really fits you and flatters your body. Style isn't about trends, it's about fit. If you wear clothing that fits your body type, it would always most likely look expensive. It's never ever about it's never ever about how expensive that clothing is. There's certain clothing that you wear and you think they're expensive, they are not so expensive. And I would say if you're somebody who likes to wear luxury, you do not have money for luxury, try buying second-hand dresses, try buying used clothes. I promise you, sometimes find the most beautiful attire. You find it at a thrift store, and really, really affordable. So that should be an option for you. If you are buying based on trends, based on style, be it would go out of trend. And then what happens when the style goes out of trend? Now you do not have the right attire to put on. And I would say that um there are certain styling guys. Everybody has the way they like to dress. I am in my free clothing era, my baggy era. I do not want to wear a tight jean, and it's been on for the past maybe 5-ish years. Right, I still struggle now. I don't even own a pair, and I'm okay with it. So when I wear that, I'm either wearing a polo on top, depending on where I'm going to, or I'm wearing a tighter top because the trouser is free. I'm gonna wear something tighter up. Right. If what you wanna do is to be wearing two-piece and it really looks good on you, just because I say clothes that fit and flatter you does not mean tight clothing. I think that's really important. It doesn't mean tight clothing. You need to find your style, right? You need to find your style. You need to understand what works for you. There's certain things that would never work for you. You need to stop buying trendy and invoke style. Buy more of classics, pants, maybe this tight body hug dresses, a few of them, so that you can mix and match, a blazer, two-piece, right? And if you already have this, work with what you have in your wardrobe, wear it. You could get somebody to style you. I know that's weird, but look at your friends who dresses a bit more better. You could ask the person for assistance. Yes, you could invest in that. We do not talk so much about some of these things, but you could ask for advice from your friends who dress better than you. Ask them, and then they burn through your wardrobe. They tell you what pieces to put together, and you also need to be hearing what, because when they tell you what to put together and you know this, the person will not answer you the next time. But yeah, so you need to budget for beauty. And one thing about hair is you need to learn how to style your hair. Budgeting for beauty involves, rather than you going to style your hair every day, you need to learn how to lay your edges. You need to learn how to install frontals. You need to learn how to roll your hair. It will take time. You need to buy these things and learn how to do it, so that not every time you want to lay your hair, you're going to a salon to get it done. You need to learn how to do it yourself. It would save you time. It would save you everything. In the long run, it will also save you costs. So you don't have to break a bank. You could easily start small with one or two categories. You could say, oh, you want to invest in your hair and maybe your skincare. One thing is, it can be so simple as you combing your hair and always having a tail comb in your bag, right? You have a bob, straighten that bob and bob it. It means that you have to do that at home. So you need a straightener in your apartment. Yeah. So that's it. So this is some of the beauty investments you need to make. It's okay for you to care about your looks. Do not let people shame you into thinking you're doing it for a man, or why you doing this. Why do you care so much about how you look? Hey, no, no, we don't do that here. It's really okay to care about how you look. I think that's it for this video. Let me know in the comment section if there's any other thing that you would like me to touch on. And as I'm touching my jewelries, I want to tell you that sometimes what takes your dressing from zero to hero is your accessories. Kiki has a video that talks about accessories. I don't know if it's on her YouTube page. If it is, I would try to link it. Not every attire requires accessories, especially for a dress that's already heavily beaded and has a lot going on. Sometimes simple just does it. I always say, if you followed my journey, I'm someone who did not used to wear a lot of accessories. Even right now, yeah, sometimes I still struggle. But you just realize that it's sometimes that thing that takes your dressing from Z to like A. Suddenly your dressing is elevated with accessories. It's the same thing that goes for your shoes. It could be as simple as a belt, a tiny belt could just change how you look. Okay. So I think these are some of the things that we should really look into. So it's not vain and it's not for men. If you're in Nigeria and you want to try fragrance, I would highly, highly recommend Roots. Roots is a brand I used to use growing up. Yeah, I used to spend my money on Brutes and it was so good. That's what I would say. It was so good. It smells so nice. The Brutes, the green one, is it green or blue? There's a popular one. Yeah, there's a popular one that you need to get. It is so good. And you could also try maybe vanilla. I don't like smelling like vanilla, but yeah, you could try that. And yeah, if it works, it works. That's it for this video, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section. If you find this video helpful, please do subscribe. I would say again that we're all about intentional living, confidence, lifestyle, leveling up, you and I together. You deserve to look and feel good every single day, like every single day. So let me know in the comment section. Thank you for so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. My name is Chamaka. Okay, well, till then, bye guys.